In this video, we're going to talk about creating your own website separate to Amazon. And I 100% recommend you do this as soon as you can, just for the purpose of branding, is to set up, a simple template about your products, about your company, showing some images, etc. Why? Because some customers will check you out on Google, and if you have no site, you look less credible than if you do have a site. It also then lets you, if you have your own domain, have a professional email that they can then email for customer service if you have an insert card. It also lets you later sell off your own site, but I don't recommend doing that, and I'll explain why in a little bit as well. But nowadays, there's loads of fantastic services. For example, Squarespace. I mean, look at this site. It looks beautiful. They have dozens of templates where you can build a really nice looking site very, very quickly with very little effort. And it just gives you that extra credibility. Even if you're not selling through it, you can redirect them to Amazon for your product. You can decide whether you want to sell through it later. But at the beginning, you want that up just for branding purposes. It looks great to have a professional site in case some customers Google you. There's also Wix. And again, they have a free service to build a site. It's not expensive to then host and run it. And they've got lots of templates you can use. And it's just dragging and dropping your product pictures in as well. There's also Shopify, which can provide the template on the front end, also connect to Amazon and let you ship from Amazon for Shopify sales if you want to do that too. I would say avoid trying to sell your products at the start. Just simply focus on getting a site up with some branding, with some about us, with an about us page, with your product and its images on there. Why? Because it just adds extra credibility to you. One, for Amazon's customers, but two, also for factories that may look you up, right? If you're sourcing products and they can't even find you on the internet, you're going to look a lot less credible than if it looks like you have a storefront, an e-commerce shop, and a business already when you're sourcing products as well. The reason I say don't worry about selling on your own site so much is simply because Amazon is the big elephant in the room when it comes to online sales. It dominates the space. It's very, very hard to drive traffic to your own site. You need to learn marketing, you need to learn advertising, you need to do the SEO, you need to run the technical side of it. It's very, 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 very complicated, and it's something you can wait until later to do. Or you can do it slowly over time as your Amazon business is growing. You invest some of the profits to grow your own site too. But to do it from day one is very difficult, because not only then do you have to handle all of the marketing in addition to everything you're doing. If you're not using Amazon for fulfillment and you're shipping products on your own, then you have all of that to deal with as well. So my recommendation for any seller is to keep it as simple as possible at the start and just take it one step at a time to expand. And really, Amazon's getting well over 50% of all the growth in e-commerce. So it's very hard to compete on your own site. People trust Amazon. People trust Amazon's payment system. They're more likely to buy items if it's from Amazon than they are everywhere else. The conversion rates are very high for Amazon. Conversion rates for typical e-commerce sites are like 1 to 3%. And on Amazon, it's 10 to 30%. That's 10 times more people buy when they look at a product than on your own site. So I think at the start, it's not a good use of time to try to have your own website. But there's no reason why you don't over time expand to also try to drive traffic to your website using profits that you make from Amazon, right? And you might find that you choose to sell the different products on your own website than you sell on Amazon, because what's successful on Amazon and what's successful on a standalone site can be very different, but then you're basically running two different businesses. So you need to be in a position where you can split teams across like that. So really get a site up and running for branding purposes for Amazon customers, and also for your factories to look better as soon as possible. And these kind of templates like Wix and Squarespace make you be able to build a beautiful online site in a couple of hours, really, by yourself with no technical experience. That's good enough. And then I would just leave it there until you're much, much bigger, until you're selling like hundreds of thousands of dollars every year minimum. You don't really want to look at your own site because it's a huge amount of time and investment.